Congo and Mr. Min invited me recently to go on a golf trip with them, but I politely declined because I was aware of how they operate on their golfing trips. Now, they have a few rituals that will just not agree with me. They have a rule that everybody at the breakfast table must down half a glass of vodka. And then also the place where they stay. They always stay at the same place in George. And close to this house, there's a bridge. Now, when they go to play golf, they always stop at the bridge, and there everybody must down a beer. Then, on arrival at the golf club, everybody must down another beer. And then at the halfway house, everybody must down 2 beers. And then it continues like that. Now, certainly, I will not be able to last a weekend doing that. I much prefer the way, my golf gang, how we do things. We don't have any rituals like that. Now, sure, we enjoy the 19th, and yes, we enjoy a couple of drinks around the dinner table, but at 11 o'clock, we are normally in bed because we all want to play half decent golf the next day. But the one time we made a mistake. We were invited by a 4x4 guy who told us that there's a rally on a farm near Robertson, and that we must please come and join him because it will be a lot of fun. And he told us that the accommodation is free of charge, just bring your own tents. So we decided, that sounds like fun. Let us make a golf trip out of it. So we booked a game on the Friday and on the Sunday, and we set aside the Saturday for this 4x4 thing. Now, the Friday we played at Robertson, lovely golf course, and of course afterwards we enjoyed the 19th. So when we arrived at the campsite on the farm, it was already past 7 in the evening, but we walked into this massive party. Now, these 4x4 guys, honestly, they're a different breed. They're the type that work hard and play hard, and in fact, I think they're a bloody dangerous bunch of people. But anyway, the party went on until 3 o'clock the next morning. So we could only get some sleep between 3 and until 7, when we were woken up by the noise of 4x4s being started up and revved and tuned. So we didn't have much sleep. But in any event, we drifted to the obstacle course there on the farm, where the 4x4 guys go through these dongas and all sorts of maneuvers. And we watched that from about 7:30 in the morning until about 8:30, when we thought, let's rather go to the beer tent and get some good seats there in front of the big screen television, because it was a game between the Springboks and the All Blacks in New Zealand, and South African time 9 o'clock in the morning. And now we're already at the beer tent 8:30 in the morning. And then we realized, but the bar is open. And so we started drinking beer at 8:30 in the morning. So the game finished by about 11 o'clock. And then we went back to the 4x4 obstacle course and we watched a little bit of it. But by then it was extremely hot. And we decided maybe it's a better idea to go to town and find a place with air conditioner and maybe pool table, and let's just get out of the heat. So we went to this place. We found a place there with the air conditioner and pool tables, and we started playing pool at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and of course continued drinking beer. And that evening at 10 o'clock we went back to the campsite. Now, by then already I had a lot to drink. For me, that was the most I've ever drank in one day ever. by far. And when we got to the campsite, I was feeling quite miserable. I had a headache. I was feeling miserable and cold, and all I wanted to do is get some sleep. But when we arrived at the campsite, it was clear that these 4x4 guys, they already started partying, and there's going to be no sleep. So anyway, so we arrived there, and there were 2 fires at our campsite. Now the 4x4 guys, they were standing next to the one fire, and the other fire about 5 meters away, there was nobody at that fire. So I went to the fire where there was nobody, and I took a plastic chair and sat almost on top of the fire because I'm now cold and miserable. And my golfing buddies, they went to the other fire and chatted to the 4x4 guys. And so now I'm there, cold and miserable, next to the fire on my own, not bothering anybody, minding my own business, when out of the blue, there was this massive explosion right in front of me.
He was sitting up and he was flicking a big lighter. Flick, flick, flick. So this guy was flicking. Anyway, so nobody saw him actually. He took his lighter and he flicked it into the fire. And the guy's going on having a drink. And the next moment there was a massive explosion. Wow, you see, just cold. But very, you know, he was just making a back summit from his chair. It was just jumping foot and he's going backwards. I'm telling you, it was so funny.
Now these 4x4 guys, honestly, they're a different breed. They're the type that work hard and play hard. And in fact, I think they're a bloody dangerous bunch of people. But just to get back to the 4x4 thing, because these guys now, they go through the dongas and all sorts of maneuvers. Yeah. So Pierre said, the best maneuver was me.
Yeah. The best 4x4.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they're a bloody dangerous bunch of people.
Could you do it again?
What, go with those 4x4 guys?
No, do the
somersault.
Can I?
Yeah.
No, that was instinctive.
That was
that was
self-preservation.
Yeah. That explosion and flipping looks like